Romeo. Does anybody need to use the frequency before I call the Friday night free-for-all net? Nothing heard. Again, this is WV1 TPR. I'll be net control for today's net on January 31st, 2025. My name is Rusty. That's Romeo Uniform Sierra Tango Yankee. And QTH is the Villages, Florida. This is an informational general net for WHOG, traders, swap net, technical net, and for any other purpose for which we can help each other out. This net meets here each Friday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. While it is a directed net, we'll keep it informal and enjoyable. However, all standard net procedures will be followed. Pause. We'd like to thank the repeater owner, HOG County Amateur Radio Association, for allowing us to use the K4HOG 147.030 repeater for this net. So let's get started. Please give your call sign, your QTH, what section of the net you're interested in, such as Traders Net, Technical Net, Informational Net, or WHOG. Please speak slowly. I'll acknowledge each call and then ask for the next one. Please be patient. We'll get everybody logged in. So, first station, please call now.
We're Oscar 7, Golf X-Ray, Craig.
Thank you, Greg. Got you checked in. Next station, please call now.
Kilo Golf 4, Lima Echo Oscar Gabriel, Village of Benny, out of
Thank you, Gabriel. Got you checked in. Next station, please call now. KX4RS, Bobby Webster. Thank you, Bobby. Got you checked in. Next station, please call now.
KC8, KCM 5, Wildwood.
All of the above. Thank you, Bob. Got you checked in. Next station, please call now.
KR4VLG, Dylan Inverness, all the above.
Okay, we had a double there, but I was able to pick out KI4VLG Joe and WW4LS Miss Wendy. Next station, please call now.
AN4 NRY 10, Scrambletown.
Thank you, Jan. Got you checked in. Next station, please call now.
November Victor 2 Papa, NV2P, Peter, in the Villages, and all of the above.
All right, Peter, got you checked in. Next station, please call now. Okay, anybody wishing to check in from Echo Link or All-Star, please call Net Control WV1 TPR.
Net Control, please copy. AC2 YCD, Ed, Staten Island, New York. That's the net. All of the above.
All right, sir, your mic clipped off the first part of your call sign. Could I have the call sign and the name again, please?
Okay, call sign is AC2 YCD. The name is Ed, and I'm Staten Island, New York. That's Net Control, all of the above.
All right, got you checked in, Ed. Any others from Echo Link or All-Star?
Kilo Charlie 4, Yankee Alpha Oscar, KC4 YAO, Jeff and Grand Island on Echo Link. Good evening, everybody.
All right, Jeff got checked in. Anybody else from Echo Link or All-Star?
Kilo Oscar 4, Romeo Bravo Golf, KO4 RBG, Nate in St. Catharines on Echo Link.
KO4 RBG got you checked in, Nate. Next station from SWLing or All-Star. Okay, nothing heard, and I did forget to check anybody that is mobile or short time. Please call Net Control and I'll bump you up to the top of the list. Okay, nothing heard. We'll pop back up to the top of the list. Well, actually, we're going to go to anybody interested in anybody have anything for the Traders Net tonight? I do KX4Rs. Go ahead, Bobby.
Okay, got a couple items. I got a Kenwood TH-K20HT. Works fine. Just bought a drop-in charger for it. $50 for that. Also have a ICOM IC756-3 Pro HF radio. Nice radio, works really well. $800 for that. If anybody has any questions or comments, they can give me a call at 352-424-3320. A copy, Rusty, KX4Rs.
All right, got your copy down, Bobby. Anybody on the net interested in the Kenwood HT50 or HT for $50? ICOM IC756-3 Pro for $800. Anybody has any questions for Bobby? Let Net Control know. Okay, nothing heard, so Bobby gave the phone number there. If anybody needs the phone number repeated, give me a shout. Otherwise, if you're interested and didn't want to get on the air about it, give Bobby a call at his home number. Anybody else for Traders Net for the Friday Night Free-For-All, WV1 TPR? Okay, we'll jump over to the technical side of the net. Anything technical? Anything we can help anybody out with if we're able to for the free-for-all net? Contact Net Control, WV1 TPR. Okay, nothing heard. Anything on the informational side? Anybody have any information about Hamfest, local sales, anything going on related to amateur radio? Call Net Control. Okay, nothing heard. We'll pop back up to the top of the list, and our assistant Net Control for tonight, Kilo X-Ray 4, Romeo Sierra, Bobby. Good evening, Bobby.
Good evening, Rusty, and everyone on the net. Hope everybody has a good weekend coming up. Weather's supposed to be beautiful, so good day to ride the motorcycle. So hope everybody has a good weekend. Thank you, Rusty, KX4R. Thanks for doing the net.
Well, I hope you have a good ride in. I don't know if you're going to be able to make breakfast or not, but weather like this is hard to waste a good riding day. I sure do know that for a fact, so just keep it safe and enjoy. Next up, Greg, Inno7GX. Good evening, Greg.
Good evening, Rusty, and thank you for doing the net here tonight. This is November Oscar 7 Golf X-Ray. Greg here in Leesburg, and good evening to everybody on the net tonight. This is just Ragchu here. Got an old 1990 Acura Legend, and been replacing drive shafts. It's a labor-intensive activity. No matter who shows you what about it, it's not easy. And everything was going well on the driver's side, and come to find out that the spline wouldn't fit into the transmission. It was set, but I just couldn't get it pressed in. And the way you do these things is you use the drive shaft almost as a slide hammer in order to get it set into on the splines. Yeah, it's not easy. So anyway, I was watching this guy's video, and he's saying, well, if it's difficult, use a plastic hammer. He said, the heck with that. Well, he used a 7-pound sledgehammer. And sure enough, it finally got set like it ought to, but that was after many hours of frustration. But no, it didn't ruin anything. It just tapped it. So it was the kinetic energy and that kind of weight that helped out. And big difference after that. Drivability is just wow. But yeah, the old drive shafts had to go. They weren't going to last that much longer, and I need that vehicle here for work as well. So leaving the Explorer with the wife and the children, I mean the dogs. So if there was any emergency, that it could be taken care of on the way. Other than that, I'm going to get some sleep tonight. Everyone have a great evening and a great weekend. And 07GX is back to net.
K4HOG.
Well, Greg, it's always good to find somebody else that subscribes to my theory if you're having trouble with small hammer problems can normally be solved by getting a bigger hammer. So glad you got that in there. Next up, KG4LEO, Gabriel. Good evening, Gabe.
Yes, hello, that's KG4LEO. Yes, Rusty, hello to you and rest of the net. Just enjoying this weather that we have here. I might hop on my motorcycle tomorrow and ride around also. We'll see how that works out. But other than that, not much going on. Just looking out for next week and for ham station, and we'll see how that works out too. So anyhow, that's about it. This is KG4LEO. Back to net control.
All right, Gabe, we appreciate you checking in. And by the way, have you gotten the 2 emails that I've sent you yesterday? One yesterday, one today.
I haven't noticed them yet. I'll take a look right now and let you know.
Okay, I used the email address that was on the Aries roster, so if that's changed, give me a shout. I got just a couple of informational emails for you.
Okay, yeah, all right. It's a different email. I don't have that one. Okay, let me check that other one. Yeah, I'll check and let you know. Thanks.
Okay, if you did not get them, just shoot me an email at the address on the Aries roster, and I will get those to you. Next up, KCM Bob. Good evening, Bob.
Good evening, Rusty. Everybody on the net tonight. The weather was beautiful today. Enjoyed that. Was out working on trying to get a different radio mounted in my car, but I'm having to make up a mount for it. So just about got it set. So should be able to get that done tomorrow sometime. Other than that, nothing really going on. So I'll turn it back over to you. Hope everybody has a good weekend. KC8KZM, back to Rusty.
All right, Bob, thank you for checking in. Glad to hear everything's going smooth. I think everybody's enjoying this weather. There's no doubt about that. Next up, KI4VLG Joe. Good evening, Joe.
Good evening, Rusty, and everybody on the net. It's good to hear everybody. You're doing a good job with the net. Appreciate you taking the net. Just did some work out in the yard today. Beautiful day to do some stuff, and enjoyed that. But other than that, don't have anything for the net. Look forward to seeing everybody at breakfast tomorrow. KI4VLG. Back to you, Rusty.
All right, Joe, we appreciate you checking in tonight. Next up, Miss Wendy, WW4LS. Good evening, Wendy.
Rusty and everyone on the net. I'm excited about Hamcation next Friday. A few more days. And I'll be relaxing and enjoying myself down there with my friend George. And I'm looking forward to the breakfast as well. So hope everybody has a great weekend. This is WW4LS. Back to net control.
All right, Wendy, we appreciate you checking in. Next up, the Queen of the Forest, KN4NRY, Miss Jen. Good evening, Jen. Okay, well, I don't know what that was, but seems to have stopped. Next up, our Queen of the Forest, Miss Jen, KN4NRY. Good evening, Jen.
Oh, okay. Well, howdy to you, Rusty, and the rest of you fine folks out there. Yeah, it was starting to get real staticky on my end, so hope y'all can hear me okay. Just another whirlwind week. I'm glad to be in the forest now. Shoot. Looking forward to the weekend. Hopefully going on a bicycle ride. An old-fashioned bicycle. Nothing wrong with a motorcycle, though, that's for sure. And there's some good rail trails out in the area, so a lot of neat history, like a rail trail through Flora Home. And found out that that was named after a lady, like one of the first residents there. So kind of neat history around Florida. Anyway, I hope everybody has a great weekend. Back to net control, KN4NRY.
Well, just make sure you take it easy, make sure you take a lot of water, and knowing you, I'd say you're calling a bike ride at least 10, 15 miles.
Roger that. Maybe 20.
I figured. At least I'm not disappointed. All right, we appreciate you checking in. Next up, NV2 Papa, Peter. Good evening, Peter.
Hey, good evening, Rusty, and good evening to everybody on the net. This is NV2P. Just like Wendy, I'm looking forward to Camcation next week, and getting to see everybody at breakfast tomorrow. Should be a lot of fun. And that's about it for me. I don't have much to say. So I'm going to turn it back to you, Rusty. Thanks for doing the net. NV2P.
All right. Well, it looks like we're going to have fairly decent representation down there. And I will mention, since Mark, KX4LEO, is not on here, although I'm sure he will be on some other nets before Hamcation, he is going to have the Sumter County Aries trailer down there, and he will be using the UHF repeater down there, making it available to our group in case you want to keep in contact with everybody else. So just something to think about by going down to Hamcation. Next up, KC2YPV Ed. Good evening, Ed.
KK4DVA, Cal in Umatilla. Late shipping.
All right, Cal, got you checked in. Thank you, sir. KC2YPV. Ed, are you still on with us? Okay, nothing heard. Next up, KC4YAO. Jeff. Good evening, Jeff.
Good evening, Rusty, everybody on the net, KC4YAO over here in the big city of Grand Island in Lake County. Hope everybody's had a good week, and the weekend is upon us. Next weekend we will be spending a lot of money, probably. Well, I don't want to, but I probably will find something I need. Be down there Friday and Saturday, and if anybody's looking for me, I'll be wearing a hat. It looks like a fire helmet. It's a straw hat. It looks like a fire helmet. So, I'd like to meet a bunch of y'all. Haven't met a bunch of you, so nice to put a face with the name in the call. And that's all I got for this evening. Everybody have a good night. KC4YAO.
K4HOG.
Well, Jeff, I have to admit that I was kind of on the fence about going to Hamcation. Didn't know whether I was going to or not. And now knowing that you're going to be down there with a fire helmet made out of straw, I think I'm going to have to go. I don't think I have any choice. So thank you for making my mind up for me. Next up, KO4RBG, Nate. Good evening, Nate.
Hey, good evening. Thanks for doing the net tonight. Appreciate it. And hello everybody else on the event. Hope you have a good week. Been a busy work week for me. Waited all day to get a belt for my riding lawnmower, and when I finally got it in, I went to put it on and found out that the other belt was still usable. It would just miss the pulley when I put it on. So still using the old one. And when it goes and breaks, then I'll probably put the new one on. Other than that, I won't be going to Hamcation. I try to avoid Orlando and other places in Florida, like the Ground Zero of Chernobyl. But I am looking forward to, on the 15th, the Hernando County Tailgate Festival that they have over at the Sand Hill Reservation. Other than that, not a whole lot to report, so I'll see everybody at breakfast tomorrow, and hope you all have a good rest of the weekend. KO4RBG clear.
Okay, Nate, just to let you know that your voice volume was way down. You're clear and no static, but your voice volume was real low.
I appreciate it. I usually don't talk that loud anyway. I can adjust the gain, but I try not to mess with it.
Gotcha. And last but certainly not least, KK4DVA, Cal. Good evening, Cal.
Well, good evening to you, Rusty, and everyone else on the net. Yeah, I used to go to Hamcation when I got my first ticket for all 3 days. Stay in a hotel down there. Miss Scotty find a super duper deal. That was when Groupon was all the rage. Stay in these really nice hotels. Serve breakfast and a dinner too, of sorts. It was $99 certain days. They had indoor tennis, indoor swimming pool. I mean, the place is really great. All 3 days have merit. Friday's a good day to go inside, not all cluttered up and everything. Everybody's outside. And Saturday's the time you do the tailgate stuff. And Sunday's a little bit of both. Tailgate and indoors. Tailgate first. They want to back up and keep going. Buddies, there was vendors from everywhere in this country. And in the afternoons, when all the indoor vendors are packing up, they got deals like crazy, 20 to 50% off stuff. Just make the sale, get out of here, lighter load. That's a lot of fun. Hamcation's a blast. I won't be going this year. I can't walk that many miles in short order. I hope everybody has a good time as they go. I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. Looks like the weather's going to stay with us. So with that, turn it back to net control, KK4.
All right, Cal, we appreciate you checking in, and I have to agree with you. Hamcation is a pretty good time. That brings us to the end of our list. Now we'll go back and check and make sure I didn't miss anybody. So anybody that is a late check-in that did not hear or failed to acknowledge, please call Net Control, WV1TPR. Okay, if somebody was trying to transmit, the only thing I had was a squelchy carrier.
W4MAC.
W4MAC, can I have your name, please, sir?
Good evening. Name is Mac. Mike Alpha Charlie Kilo, just like the truck. Just sitting over here in Hudson listening, and figured I'd mention if Greg's still in there. Next time you go to put CV axles in an Acura, or most of the imports, what I do is that little snap ring that's on the splined end of the CV axle, I lubricate that with STP oil treatment. It is about the slimiest substance known to man, makes them line up and slide in a little bit easier. That'll help you any. That's about it. Looking forward to the next couple of Hamfests. I gotta go to Orlando just because this is the madhouse. I mean, that's the madhouse of Hamfest, and you never know what you're gonna walk across over there. Right after that's my favorite one over in Brooksville, that one off the 50 is the Sand Hill place, Boy Scout place. But yeah, I don't miss many Hamfests. So anyway, I was sitting here listening to the net, figure I'd check in, give you one for the numbers if nothing else. And that's about it. W4 MAC.
All right, Mac, we appreciate you checking in tonight. Appreciate the comments about the, or at least a suggestion for the axle. Didn't know that the STP stuff was quite that slimy. All right, that brings us to the end. Anything that anybody needs, anything that can do for anyone, call Net Control, WV1 TPR.
SB2P, G4LEO.
KG4LEO, go ahead, Gabe.
Yeah, I checked both my emails. I have nothing there. Yeah, the one on the roster is my main one, the SUNG_MOO@sbcglobal.net. That's my main one. I'm not sure which one you used, the other one, the Gmail, but either one would, there's nothing in it. Back to you.
Okay, that's the one that I did use. If you wouldn't mind grabbing my email off of the roster there and just shooting me an email, and then I'll get one right back to you with the information. It's nothing critical, but just an update on where we stand with the audit.
Yes, okay, I'll write a little note to you. All right, thanks. KG4LEO.
Okay, NV2P, do you have something before we close down the net?
Yeah, I was just going to ask Mac, the last station that came in, a little bit about the Brooksville Hamfest. I don't know much about it, and I just wanted to get his take on it.
W4MAC, are you still on frequency?
It's they call it Sand Hill Preserve. It's the Boy Scout ranch over there. It'll be on the Saturday. It's always the Saturday after Orlando Hamfest. We get started at like 8 o'clock in the morning, like all your local Hamfest. I was talking to some of the guys that's involved, and this year they'll have a smoker there and be doing barbecued pulled pork sandwiches. So you get to eat a little bit better and a little bit cheaper than most Hamfests. Most hams get together like these. It's just one of our things. But it's a little bit bigger than the Tark Fest if you've been to it. It's all in a shady area. If you like to set up, you'll be in the shade regardless, or you can set up inside the building there. Any other questions?
I'm just trying to get an idea of the kind of vendors that will be there from, you know, major ham radio equipment companies. Over.
Sometimes they have some vendors there. It's mostly tailgate style. Like the people that make the hats, I've never seen them there. But a few times I've seen Tower Supply people and coax and that kind of thing. But I've never seen any of the big radio companies.
Okay, N2P, any other questions about the tailgate down there?
No, if you need to close out the net, that's fine, Rusty. Go ahead and do that, and I can just ask my questions after the net closes. Back to you, Rusty. ND2P.
Okay, it's up to you. I mean, I'm not in any hurry to shut the net down. Just want to know if you had any other questions. But I will take the opportunity to go ahead and shut the net down, and then you and W4MAC can have at it there after the net. We'd like to thank everybody for joining the net tonight. Invite you back again next Friday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time for another wonderful net. Good night. Have a great weekend. I'm now returning this frequency to normal amateur use. 73 WV1 TPR clear.